Hi, I'm Bobby Harris. We're here at the home of Richie and Amber Pate. Beautiful place here. I'm along with Jade Corkill and Justin Yost. We're going to visit a little bit here amongst ourselves about the ropes that we're using with Lone Star. I know I'm pretty pleased to be using them. I've been using them since, I believe April of 2010. Jade, you come on board back in February, and people know you've been very successful, but it's kind of a funny story. When I looked over there and saw you, and you had the Lone Star rope in your hand. Tell us about that.
You know, I started the very first night that I ever used the Lone Star ropes was that night we saw each other at San Antonio, and the best thing that I found so far that I've never ever been able to do is when I break in my ropes, I like to put 1 or 2 stretches on them. I let them sit for about a week, coil them up big, put them under my bed, or put them in a cool spot, because it helps with the longevity and the feel, and so they don't break down. Well, when I started using Lone Star, I didn't have any ropes but brand new ropes, and the 4 nights at San Antonio, I used a different rope every night. I used a brand new rope right out of the box, and that's the biggest the biggest rodeo of the winter for us, and that's something that I haven't ever felt confident doing, was using a rope brand new without getting it broke in. And I ended up winning that rodeo, and I used a brand new rope every steer.
You know, I agree. I did the same thing with those ropes. I'd get them, and it amazed me how you could pick one up and go use it, and you're ready to go. You don't have to get any more stretchers, like you said.
Right, yeah. I've never had one that I could take right out of the box that I didn't think, man, this rope would feel good with the stretch on it.
Yeah.
You know, I broke them out, used them, got a couple stretches on them at the rodeos, and then started saving them up to where then I could have them to where they'd last a long time. And the ones, you know, when I got them broke in right, they've lasted until I've just wanted to quit using them almost. I haven't had any that wanted to break down or get old or get fuzzy, and it's hard to go against stats, and that's been the best winter I've ever had so far. You know, we won San Antonio in the straight, and we're leading the world standings, and it's hard to go against the stats.
Have you found a lot of times people want to feel your rope, want to know what type of rope you're using? I mean, some people are real touchy about that, but have you noticed now, using this rope right here, people will swing it to see how it feels?
Yeah, I've had a lot of that. You know, it's funny because the people that come up to you and want to swing it and do this and do that, it's whenever you use something new, it's funny to see how many people pay attention, because once you've used something for a while, you think people, they obviously, I guess, they know what you use, and then it's funny to notice the people that notice the switch. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
I've had a lot of people come up and want to swing it and feel it.
When I made the switch last year from the ropes I was using was at the Hork Dog roping, and it amazed me how many people knew that I was using a different rope.
Right.
It was just kind of funny. Justin, you just came on board with the head ropes. Jade and I were healers. We think we're headers. In fact, we're pretty good headers. I didn't know if you knew that. But what's the rope you're using?
The Falcon 4.
How's it feel?
It's good. You can take it right out of the ties, put a stretch on it, and go to using it, and they last. They got you can feel the tip real good. I like a rope that's got a little bit of flimsiness to it. That way I can handle it a little better, and the extra softs is what I've been using this winter since March, and they're really good. They're fast.
I'm old school. I'm by far the oldest one, and we used to use just an old nylon rope in the day, they say, and the head ropes, amazingly, were 7/16 scant, and they'd use them almost mediums. And now you guys, I mean, these are like a 3/8 scant, aren't they? Being real small, but it amazes me, and you can tell me different, is the body is amazing how soft they can be, but yet they still have body and stay open.
Well, they do, and the thing that I like about the Falcon is it's a smooth rope, where like the Saber, it's a little rougher rope, 4-strand, but a little rougher, to where the Falcon's a little smoother, and I think that gives it, to me, it gives it more of a body, more tip feel to it, with the flimsiness feel, the extra soft feel that I use. So
how's the longevity? How long is a rope? I mean, I know you said you haven't been going anywhere, getting ready for the summer, but the ropes you've used, how many steers do you think you can get out of each one?
Oh, you can get 30 plus out of a rope, and then still take it and use it in the practice pen, and it's still not, be dead, where you're going to get a good practice still, I think. I mean, the rope that I used yesterday in the practice pen, I mean, it's had 30 plus, and it still feels good.
Mm-hmm. How long? What about you and the Titan? How long do you think many runs?
You know, that's what I was just going to add. I was going to add to what we've been talking about as far as the longevity and the last, and how you talk about how they get a rope that small to still have body, and what Lone Star's figured out better than any rope I've ever used is the tightness of the twist on the rope.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not. It seems like if you get a rope that's twisted too tight, they don't last as long. They get bent. You know, almost like if it was kind of wire.
Right.
And if the twist is too loose,
Comes
the feel, you know, the feel just, it has a flimsy, terrible feel to it, and they've got it figured out, the tightness of the twist of the rope to where they can make any size rope still have body, even the light ones, you know, from their lightest rope to their heaviest rope, still have body, still have the feel, but just the size is the only difference.
And you know, we all use different lays. Like I know your ropes, you like to have a kind of an under pull on your ropes pretty straight, and I like my ropes to kind of come with my hand, not kick too much. But Alfred's done a wonderful job on being able to tie these different ropes for people, you know, because I've done a lot of schools over the years for about 30 years now, and the one thing people have never been able to understand is pick their rope up and feel their tip.
Right.
And we discussed this about these ropes, so when people call in about them, they'll say, I would like a rope that will follow my hand. Well, Guy, now that I've talked to him about what I want, what you like, that's important to the general public. And also, I live in the north, and also Pennsylvania, where it's cold and really humid. You have to have different ropes for people. You just can't tie a rope for Texas or the South and send it north, and it's going to feel that way. I'm using the new rope Saber, and it's an all nylon, and they brought it to me over in Salado, and they just made it, and that was the closest rope that I had felt that was just like an old nylon. Now you guys, I don't know if you've ever got to use the old nylons because they've had these machine ropes the whole time, but the ones I used to use were on a spool, and they'd reel them out there and they'd tie them up, and you may get two different ropes all the time. But I told Guy, I said, that feel is wonderful, and I really like that, so, and it's easy on my arms, shoulder hurts, you know, so it's easier on me like that. Your success, you say you're winning the world, you won San Antonio, you won the Straits, you've been some jackpots in California you've been out?
You know, actually, I didn't, back to our heading, after Chad got hurt, I actually headed a couple of those jackpots out there. A lot of people didn't go to California this year the way they had the rodeos back to back. Some guys stayed back here, and so I ended up heading at some of those jackpots. But everywhere I've been, you know, we started in Texas in the winter when I started using them, moved to California in the spring, and you know, two completely different climates, two completely different weather situations, and my ropes felt the same. And that's one thing that I've had trouble with in the past. And as far as the consistency, like we talked about how I like the backswing, you like them straight. It's very, very important to have somebody that understands that, tying your ropes. The first time that they sent me a box of ropes, I swung them, they were straight. I called Richie, and he talked to Guy, and I told him, I said that I just like a little more backswing in mine. Next box of ropes I got had the backswing. It hasn't been a process of trying to explain to somebody what you want, because they have somebody that understands what they need to do.
And that's what people need to do when you're out here, when we're making a living roping. I know for years, I never swung any of my ropes from King Ropes. Bobby King would get my ropes and hang them, and I never swung a rope. So when I had to go find a company and get these, this was something that was very important to me, just like that. Guy understood what I wanted, because this is what I have to get each and every time. Now, you tell us who you roping with and what you got going on.
I'm roping with Kyle Crick. It's been a slow winter. It's the last couple weeks has picked up for us. The jackpots has not been good to me. I've roped good at them, but team roping, team sport, so it takes two. Keep sticking to it, we'll get better.
Yeah, the tides change out here overnight.
Yeah.
You can not catch one for a month, and then the next 2 weeks you can win $30,000-$40,000. You know, I'm at the end of my career, and I've won quite a few things, but last year was something pretty sentimental to me. I won Britt Williams and I won Cheyenne with this rope, and we have it. My wife's putting it in a, I don't don't know what they're called, in a shadow box type of deal, you know, with this rope right there. And you'd be amazed. It's funny how many people want a rope that you won something with. I'm sure they've asked you for your ropes. They want, I want this rope right here, but we have it set aside right there. And it is nice to know each and every time, just like coming down here and roping at their place right here and going over there. The ropes, they brought me 10 ropes that I'd asked to get a month ago, and I told them I was coming down, and I swung them today, and they're just perfect. So I mean, it's just nice to have that confidence when you're able to go do that.
Yeah, for sure, and it makes it obvious because you know you haven't rodeoed for a while, been doing schools, and then all of a sudden you come back and make the finals the first time, you know, and I've had the best winter I've ever had using this rope, so it's hard to. When stuff like that, you know, you'd like to think it's all you, but you got to have a good rope too. So.
Yeah, you have to have everything. Just like, you know, you talk about, you made the change, and that's the end of the kind of the winter run march. You know, you can change your ropes, you're getting ready for the spring, and that's myself. I haven't been anywhere, and I'm getting ready to go the same time you are. I'm going to have 20 ropes broke in, so that when I go, I've got plenty of ropes. Don't have to make a call and say, oh, these ropes aren't any good. I know they're going to be good, and I'm ready to go.
That's it. They're the same every time. You got a good consistent feel, and I've never been 3 in my life, and at Pocatello I was 3.7, and I got the same deal. I put that rope up. It's hanging in the house, and I just go by and look at it, you know. So.
Well, I'm going to come up there and head a little bit, so maybe I'll get it out and get it.
You gonna
get practice.
Well, yeah, I'll be 5. That's what I'll do. So, all right. Well, thank you guys. I think we're all excited about Lone Star Ropes, and good luck. See you at the Winter Circle.
That's right.
Winter Circle.
We're going to meet you there.
We'll meet each other.
Okay.